have been highballing to catch up to me when I had a full day's start. Well, not too much, maybe. I've been taking my time driving, watching the scenery and not pushing too many hours a day. I've got orders not to be in a hurry about anything. I suppose Vi told you about that? A little. I didn't talk to her very long. What are your plans, George? Weaver had taken a sport shirt from the suitcase open on the bed and had put it on. Now, buttoning it, he walked over to the window and stood looking out. He said, "Look at those goddamn beautiful mountains. I could look at them all summer, and maybe I will. I was heading for Santa Fe, but now I don't know if I'll go the last 70 miles or not. Hell, it's 5 years now since I lived there, and I don't know whether I want to see the people I used to know then or not. Haven't kept up correspondence with any of them. Vi keeps up correspondence with Madge Burke there, the girl who used to work in the restaurant with her, but that's about our only contact. I like this place, Luke, partly because I don't know anybody here, partly because it's smaller than Santa Fe and more peaceful. Besides, it's got something. I don't know what. I feel better already, I think. Anyway, I'm going to stay here at least long enough to look around. If I find a place I'd like to live in at a price that I can afford, I'll stay all summer." Ashley nodded. "Taos is a good little town. Beautiful summer climate. It's even better than Santa Fe in the summer. Same altitude, 7,000. Winters are colder than Santa Fe, I'm told, but that isn't a factor if you're not staying that long anyway. And it's an artist's colony, which means there are interesting people to meet if you get tired of being a hermit and want company. You sound as though you know the place pretty well, Luke. Just from having spent a week or so here 3 summers ago. I was writing up the Manby murder case. That was a screwy deal if there ever was one. Know anything about it?" Weaver shook his head. "You'll probably hear about it if you stay here. It's a local legend. And there was another pretty good murder case here 8 years ago. Girl named Jenny Ames. I tried to get enough dope to write that one up, too, while I was working on Manby, but I couldn't get enough solid facts to make a good story out of it. And they never caught the killer anyway, and that's a bad angle for a fact crime story." Weaver said, "I think I remember the name. That would have been while I was living in Santa Fe, and I think I read something about it in the papers. What are you working on now, Luke? Put your shirt tail in, and I'll tell you over a drink. Or leave your shirt tail out. Nobody in Taos will care." Weaver put it in. They went down to the plaza and wandered around it, and into El Patio. They had cool, tinkling Tom Collinses under a huge sunshade in the open air. Luke Ashley took a deep breath. "It is nice here, George. I'd forgotten what it's like to breathe this air. It's mañana country, and picturesque as hell. Those blanket Indians you see in the plaza, they're not Chamber of Commerce window dressing. There's a 1,000 Indian pueblo a couple of miles from town, and that's the way they really live and dress. And if you get to know any of the Taos Indians, you'll like them. They're real people. You haven't told me yet what you're doing, Luke. Why the trip to Los Angeles, and what will you be doing there and for how long?" "Just hadn't gotten around to telling you. Didn't mean to be mysterious about it. Regal Pictures is making a documentary on the big-shot gangsters of the Prohibition era in Chicago, centering around the Valentine Day Massacre there. I've done a lot of writing about those days, and they hired me as technical advisor. It's a 3-month contract, so I'm driving out in order to have my car to get around in while I'm there. Left Chicago 3 days ago, and I'm due in L.A. in 3 more. That's all about me. Now how about you, George? Vi told me you were coming out here for the summer and that she would join you later, but she, acted a little funny about it?" "Well, I wouldn't say that." "Oh, hell, she did act a little funny about it. If you don't mind telling me, what's the score?" Weaver made wet circles on the table with the bottom of his glass. He saw from the whiteness of his knuckles that his hand was clenched too tightly around the drink, and he made his fingers relax. He said, "A little case of overwork, Luke, that's all. They called it a breakdown. I was in a sanatorium for 6 weeks. I'd been working too hard, and all of a sudden I hit the ceiling and came apart. The stay at the Sand got me over the worst of it, but the doc said I'd better get away from work and spend the summer somewhere trying not to think about—" He managed a grin. "About whatever business it was that I was in back in Canada."